You have a friend that is moving to your city. You have enough space in your rented apartment to assist and let him stay with you. The friend has a dog in a place you are staying at, allows pets, since you have a pet of your own. The friend moves in with you. His dog is on the large size, so it was not put on a lease. Your friend, being new to the city, obviously does not have a job. He has some savings to start paying rent, and he will be looking for a job. It's been a month. He has no job. Well, maybe finding a job is tougher in the city than you think. It should not be too much longer, and he still have his savings. It's been 2 months, 3 months. You doubt your friend is going to get a job. What is he doing, you think to yourself? He can't have too much more savings to live on. Now it's the 4th month, and you know he is not going to get a job. He probably was even not looking for one. You really do not want to pay his side of the bills if he's not trying to find work. In addition to this, your friend seems to have changed. He is combative and argumentative. Your friendship is no longer. You want to get rid of this guy now. Your friend does not have a job, no longer has money, and is combative. But there's more to your worries. Your friend's dog is a menace. It chews the wood molding trim and even the wooden door to your friend's bedroom. Destroying their apartment is bad, but that is not the full extent of the damage this dog does. Your friend's dog used your dog as a chew toy, which cost you over $600 in medical bills. You find out that your friend is lazy, his dog is destructive. How do you end this? What options do you have? Landlord Florida. Need advice on evicting roommate. Hi, going to summarize this as much as I can. My friend moved to my city and promised he'll get a job down here. It's been 4 months and he is still not working. He has paid all bills and rent, but I am aware he's out of money. He also has a dog in my apartment. We both are on the lease and the dog was not listed on the application. It has bit my dog and I had to take him to the vet for $200 of medical bills I paid. The dog also ate through his entire room door when his parents brought him a flight back home for the weekend. The dog was only in the room for a few hours. It has also chewed up some of the wood in his room. I paid the deposit, cheap thankfully, only $600. But I want to know my legal course of action as he is trying to get off the lease to move in with his parents and I want him off too. But I want the door paid for before he leaves. My main question, however, is how can I get him evicted if he does not pay rent in the next few days? Rent is due on July 1st. I'd hate to have to do this to him, but he is irresponsible with money and I feel he is unable to pay. He has also had constant tantrum attacks at me, so I am not worried about saving the friendship whatsoever. Can I mention to the leasing officer that his unlisted dog is destroying the apartment, the rent issue, etc.? It was a good idea to get a roommate. Housing is a major cost for most people, so if you are able to reduce it, you can save a lot of money. There are some landlords that have a criteria that a person must make 3 times the income of rent. That means at most you can budget 1/3 of your money to housing. When you get a roommate, you then would only have to budget 1/6 of your income. That would mean more money for savings for your own house. Furthermore, this harkens back to the wealthy versus rich video where now you have more money, making you wealthier. One criteria that is needed for finding a roommate is, what is the other person's reason or goals for roommating? If the other person's goal is something like a short-term stay until an event happens, like in my case the friend was getting the work done on his place, or if the roommate wants to save money for something else. You also have to worry about can the roommate afford it. when you roommate together and are on the lease, you both are responsible for the rent getting paid. Lots of landlords do not accept partial payment. If partial payment is accepted, that gives the tenant rights to occupy for a full month. So the landlord, in effect, would be getting reduced pay for their apartment. If the landlord does accept a partial payment, he still can give a notice, for example, a 10-day notice for you and a roommate to fully pay at some point. So by roommating, you are responsible for knowing the other person and doing whatever research you can. For this Reddit user's case, he knew the potential roommate. They were friends, which was nice. However, the facts are facts. The potential roommate did not have a job. The Reddit user really needed to know the type of person the friend was. Was the friend one of those types of where they believe others should pay for them, whether it be the rich or the government or whatever it may be? You might not want to roommate with those type of people. They might not feel they need to find a job since somebody else will be paying, like you. The Reddit user needed to know about the friend's dog. Animals are destructive. This Reddit user found out partially why landlords do not like pets. Nothing good can come out of them. While the Reddit user might be a good pet owner, the fact is he's doing nothing more or better for the landlord than the guy without a pet. He is just more of a risk to the landlord than a non-pet owner. Now, the Reddit user wants his friend gone like any sane person would. Well, sane people don't write laws, just corrupt ones. There's a good chance, by not being the landlord, the Reddit user can't evict since, my experience, eviction court yields an order for possession. That means the landlord can take back the rented portion of the property. On the lawsuit, there will be all the members that are occupying the apartment, which would include the Reddit user. A course of action would be for him to try and convince the friend to leave, maybe by offering money, eating lots of beans, just finding out the guy's peeves, or laying in on his greed. Since the friend throws tantrums, it might be best not to get on his nerves. Once the guy leaves, he should ask the landlord to change the locks to the apartment. Now, one other thing in which the Reddit user can do is he can just leave the place. Now, it depends on his lease. Like if he has a month-to-month lease, he just wait for the end of the month, then move out to another place and then let the friend have whatever he wants to have, and then have the consequences in which he would have to face now because he's not paying rent. Now, if his lease is more than 1 month, maybe he can talk with the landlord, see if he can exit out. I know some people really get attached to places and they really believe that, oh, I'm renting this place, it's my home. But one of the good things about being a renter is that you can always leave the place. You are not bound to the place. You have no real bills or association with the place. For instance, you don't have to pay homeowner insurance. You don't have to pay a mortgage that is set for 30 years. Your rent is a very short time frame. It could be 12 months to 1 month, right? So it's quite possibly best if the tenant was just to walk away. Now, this Reddit user is also experiencing something in which the landlords would have to experience. You have somebody who will owe back money, who may owe money for destroying a place or anything else. It doesn't matter. However, when you take these people to court, but you won't get your money back. And even if you put it on like a collections, they would have the option to somehow take it off of their record. So this guy is getting a taste of landlord life, in which I don't think he was expecting to get. So it's just more things in which you would have to think about when you are roommating with somebody, or even if you want to be a landlord. That's why you have to charge rent at market rate to help protect you against these types of costs that you are going to have to endure. Everything has pros and cons. Trying to list out the pros and cons are good, and when you learn something new, just add to your list for the next time.